This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Driver jumps from out-of-control truck on Spurtree Hill, hospitalized. Police say a man has been hospitalized after the vehicle he was driving plunged over a precipice on the crash-prone Spurtree Hill Main Road in Manchester on Friday. Reports are that shortly after 4 p.m., the man was driving a truck downhill when he lost the control of the unit. It is reported that he jumped from the truck before it plunged over the precipice. This latest incident follows Wednesday's crash involving a tractor-trailer and a motor car on the major thoroughfare that links Mandeville and its environs to St. Elizabeth and points west. Search on for BMW driver after cops seize high-powered rifles. Police have launched a search for the driver of a BMW motor car following an operation that led to the seizure of an AK-47 rifle, an American tactical rifle, and more than 300 rounds of ammunition in St. James on Friday. Reports are that a team of officers were on foot patrol in the Birch Hill section of the parish when they saw the man exiting the motor car with a box. Police reported that the man dropped the box and ran on the approach of the JCF team members. The box was searched and the weapons were found. Umbrella gang suspect pointed out on Portmore murder ID parade. The St. Catharines South Police on Friday indicated that a member of the Naggerhead-based Umbrella gang was pointed out at an identification parade and is said to be charged for his alleged involvement in the shooting death of Sheldon Hoppings in the Portmore community on November 4, 2021. Though seemingly unrelated incidents, police sources have linked the Umbrella gang to the deaths of Hoppings and the flow technician Kern McCullin, who was shot and killed on October 30, 2021, after refusing the gang's orders to remove a CCTV surveillance camera at his house in Naggerhead. Dwayne Douglas, 21, an alleged Umbrella gang member, was last week charged with McCullin's murder. Douglas was said to be among 3 suspects who were being sought by the St. Catharines South Police. Naggerhead, Gregory Park, Central Village, and Old Harbor collectively accounted for the majority of last year's 132 reported murders in the St. Catharines South Police Division. St. Elizabeth man arrested for illegal firearm and ammunition. The police have arrested a 32-year-old man following the seizure of a Beretta 9mm pistol and 9 rounds of ammunition in Bamboo, St. Anne on Friday. Sheldon Smith of Prospect, St. Elizabeth, was charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. It is reported that at about 6 p.m., Smith was a passenger in a Toyota Probox heading towards a prairie from Bombay in St. Anne when lawmen intercepted the vehicle. Both the driver and Smith were searched and the firearm was found in Smith's bag. He was taken into custody and charged. Jamaican prison officer on Ganja charges in Cayman pleads guilty. A Jamaican man recently pleaded guilty to allegedly smuggling ganja into a prison facility where he was employed in the Cayman Islands. Rudolph Rambaran, a 39-year-old resident of West Bay, Cayman, is to be sentenced in March after admitting to 1 count of smuggling and 2 counts of possession of ganja. The Cayman News Service reported on Friday that the Jamaican was arrested on June 9, 2021, when he arrived at the HMP North Ward jail for his shift. A prison director had informed Caymanian police authorities about the seizure of 2 packets of drugs from a prison officer. Rambaran has been suspended from his duties and remains on bail awaiting his sentence. Another prison officer, 40-year-old Arnold Cabrera Diaz, was arrested in July last year and charged in relation to allegations that he was smuggling 11 ounces of ganja in his shoes. He appeared in court on Tuesday but has not entered a plea. He is to return to court next month. Court makes a landmark ruling on GLC advertising rules. Attorney at law Von Bignall, who had been embroiled in a legal battle with the General Legal Counsel for advertising his law firm's services in the media and on social media, yesterday scored a major victory following a landmark ruling by the full court that some of the council's rules barring lawyers and law firms from advertising were unconstitutional and should be struck down. The operator of the law firm Bignall Law, which reportedly had been advertising since 2017 in the media and on social media, contrary to the GLC's advertising rules, had brought a claim against the GLC, arguing that some of the council's advertising rules breached his constitutional rights. Under the Legal Profession Act of 1972 and the Canons of Professional Act of 1978, lawyers were banned from advertising their services, but an amendment to the canon in 2016 allows them to advertise within certain limits. The contentious issue between the two parties arose after the GLC in September 2018 cited the law firm for breaching the canons following the publication of a number of advertisements, including the airing of an ad on TVJ during the Grammy Awards in January 2018, which was dubbed as particularly egregious. This resulted in a number of orders being made against the firm by the GLC in September 2018, which included the discontinuation of any further advertisement and for the firm to seek approval from the council before doing any further promotion. The matter, however, intensified in February 2019 after the firm reportedly continued advertising in breach of the canons, resulting in the advertising committee chairman penning a letter to Bignall regarding a video posted on Instagram and Facebook in December 2018, and the firm being later summoned before the GLC's disciplinary committee. But the full court, in a draft copy of its judgment released yesterday, declared that the impugned sections of the canon are not a demonstrably justified limitation on the right to freedom of expression guaranteed by Section 3A of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, and are therefore unconstitutional, null and void, and of no legal effect. The court similarly declared that challenged aspects of the canons are not demonstrably justified limitations on the rights to distribute or disseminate information through any media guaranteed by Section 1330D of the Charter, and are unconstitutional, null and void, and of no legal effect. The court, however, refused the claimant's request for a declaration that sections of the canons breach the right guaranteed to him under Section 13.3 of the Charter. Bignall in the lawsuit had also sought a declaration that the council had breached his right to a fair hearing within a reasonable time by an independent and impartial court or authority established by law guaranteed by the Charter. He also wanted an order quashing the September 26, 2018 GLC decision as being null and void and of no legal effect, as well as an injunction restraining the GLC from commencing or continuing any disciplinary proceedings against him. But the full court refused the injunction order while declaring the GLC hearing, which had resulted in the September 2018 order, unconstitutional, null and void, and of no legal effect. It further added that the hearing that had led to those orders was outside of the authority provided to the council by the Legal Profession Act. The judges said it found a merit in the argument presented by the claimant that he did not receive a fair hearing regarding allegations that his advertisements violated the canons, as the hearing was before the council, which was not an authority established by law for that purpose. The disciplinary committee would have been the proper forum, the judges indicated. Attorney at law Michael Hilton, one of the lawyers representing the GLC, when contacted, said the GLC will review the judgment to determine whether there be an appeal. However, he said it must be noted that what the court struck down was the way in which the rules in relation to advertisement were being enforced. The court ruling meant that the rules must be enforced by disciplinary proceedings by the disciplinary committee and not by the GLC. Attorney at law Georgia Gibson Henlin, who represented Bignall, said that yesterday's ruling has created an opportunity to review the issues and involve all stakeholders with a view to protecting the dignity of the profession. Air traffic controllers restive. The island's air traffic controllers say they cannot guarantee normality at the country's international airports, starting this weekend, after which talks ended abruptly on Friday at the Ministry of Labor. The Jamaica Air Traffic Controllers Association is now discussing with its members what action to take. Kurt Solomon, president of JATCA, on Friday afternoon confirmed that the members are restive over the slow pace of negotiations to settle its wage claim. Mr. Solomon told the news that the air traffic controllers will step up pressure to get an agreement from the government.
We wrote to the Director General of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority just today, immediately after the meeting at the Ministry of Labor, which ended abruptly with the ministry departing the meeting quite in an unceremonious manner. So we advised the Director General of the JCAA that we will be contemplating action over the next few days in pursuit of a resolution of this situation that we have now brewing. What this means is that unfortunately we cannot guarantee normality at any location over this weekend into next week. We will be discussing with our members the most appropriate actions to take, because in such a time as this, we were trying assiduously not to let it come to this, because we understand the situation and context of the pandemic and the role that is being played by our members.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.